This is Teamsport Nottingham, and if you've been watching the channel over the last year, you'll know that I got banned from this track for doing literally nothing. So with all that happened, could you imagine if we actually turned up at the track that originally banned us and made all them comments about? Just be a bit stupid if we've come back. So for this race, I set it up on Discord. If you've not joined yet, the link is in the description. So going back to Nottingham was pretty awkward, and to begin with, we weren't even allowed to race. Banned, yes. Banned.
On all your accounts, on the big notes, on the small notes, it says do not let race.
But luckily me and Kevin were allowed to race, so big props to Nottingham already for putting the past behind us, even though the staff have pretty much completely changed. So it's a completely different track at the minute. But yeah, when we were allowed on track, it was a 50 lap race, which eventually turned into two 25 lap races. But you'll see that a bit later on, because it did get a bit confusing. But yeah, let's get on track. We've got a lot of Nottingham regulars as well, very quick ones, so it's not going to be an easy race at all. So yeah, let's hop in the car and let's see how this race goes.
We're doing a kart change midway through as well.
Okay.
They'll put a go to pit board. I know at Coventry, you were struggling to figure out how a track goes, so this is how a kart works. That's the go-go button, that's the no-go button.
Is it?
Yeah, if you hold that down long enough, you go in reverse.
And after Kevin gave me the top tier strats on how to operate a go-kart, we were let out then for a lap just to make sure the go-karts are working, to get them all warmed up and to perform the yellow and red flag tests, as well as making sure we've got the right seating position as Jamie's showing us here. But eventually, when we do grid up, we're actually starting in 12th out of 13 karts. Second to last, almost like last time this happened as well.
Can you start dead last?
There's literal quick people here and I'm the one starting last. And now for something I thought I was never going to say again. Let's get ready for a race at Teamsport Nottingham. As the lights go green, then Tom on our right hand side gets a great start using the boost. I'm going to try to go around the outside of Razza, but ultimately that turns into a bad decision as Tom gets through and I'm in dead at last. Now I managed to find my way just in front of Razza for now. I'm going to try and hang it around the outside of around the first hairpin. Unfortunately, it's not going to quite pay off and Razza shuts the spot off, officially making us in last position. But we're hoping there's going to be a few accidents then at the start and hopefully try and make up a few positions, as Razza then is going to have a good, well, try and get past Carl, but unfortunately she's just going to get a bit oversteery, and as we come up to the final corner then she's going to dip it down the inside, thinks better of it, but Carl goes very wide then, allowing Razza to go side by side, coming into the first corner, which leaves the gap open then on the inside for me as Carl gets pretty good speed coming through their first couple of corners. And once again we find ourselves in the position around the outside of Razza, but unfortunately Carl's just going to slightly get in our way, blocking any momentum, which allows Razza through Carl, and Carl's going to shut the door on me, once again confirming that last position spot. As Carl does a pretty good job then of defending after the down ramp. So now we need to try and find our way through Carl and try and hitch onto the back of that train that's forming ahead. We're going to look down the inside of the last corner, think better of it, but Carl goes wide anyway, so it pretty much allows us to go straight through without any fighting as we come onto lap 3. And once again, like I say, you can see that train ahead, so I'm going to hopefully try and hitch onto that train and try and get a few positions up. And if we skip forward just a couple more corners, we've got a car into the barrier on the right hand side as the yellow flags come out, so that's us up another position without fighting, and now we're right behind this train, so hopefully we can take some good advantage here and hopefully get some positions that we desperately need. Coming into lap 5, Razza's going to have a good look at Kyle and gets the move done at the first hairpin, and I want to try and follow her through. So over the bridge, I'm going to try around the outside before the down ramp, which obviously isn't going to work. So my next thought then is to try around the inside at the back hairpin, which unfortunately isn't going to work either, as Kyle turns his car in well enough as I wasn't alongside enough to justify attacking that position. But coming into the final corner then, Kyle's just going to take a bit too much speed into the corner, which is going to send him wide at the exit, which allows me side by side coming into turn 1. Unfortunately, he did get much more speed before turn 1, so once again I couldn't quite attack him at that time. And once again, if we skip a couple more corners, we're going to try down the inside once again at this back hairpin. Now Kyle either gets a bit spooked that I'm there or gets a bit oversteery, but he allows the gap on the inside to be opened up for me to get through, and I shut that door straight away. So that's 9th position secured then, and we've got a few karts ahead, so we've got some catching up to do.
10 laps later.
So coming into lap 17, we have caught up to the back of the train, and if you just look ahead, then Razza's going to have a good look at Adam coming into the first hairpin, gets the move done which allows Kart 21 through and allows me on the inside to overtake Adam. So we're now up into 8th position. And if we skip forward another lap, we've got Ryan ahead of us. As we all come up to the first hairpin, there's going to be a nice gap then left on the inside. Ryan goes a little bit wide into the barrier, bumps himself into me. I use the boost button to get myself propelled ahead of Ryan and into 7th place. Now it might only be 7th place, but at least we're moving up positions, right? Now moving into lap 21, towards the end of this first race, we're under yellow flag conditions. But as we come up to the first hairpin, the green flag's going to come back on. Razza's going to look down the inside of Jamie. I'm going to try to look down the inside of Jamie too, but unfortunately doesn't quite pay off here. Razza's going to look around the outside of James, not going to work out, so Jamie's actually going to find himself down the inside of Razza. I'm going to try and want to follow through, but Razza does shut the door enough then. Now she's going to try and get past Jamie, and she does. Adam tries to get past me down the back hairpin, but unfortunately he doesn't get past me. So yeah, a bit of a hectic lap there after that green flag with only 3 more laps to go. Well, as we get to the final couple of laps of the race, it's all going to start to get confusing, and you'll see why in a sec. But as we come up to this first hairpin, Razza's going to have a good look at James down the inside, but it's not going to quite pay off, and Jamie's probably thinking at this point he can get past Razza the same he did a couple of laps ago, but this time he doesn't. Razza's going to have a look around the outside of James and actually gets the move done. I get punted from behind, find down the inside of Jamie, side by side with James, leave the gap there for Jamie, but he doesn't take advantage of it. And at this point then, James actually goes into the pits. Now at this point I'm thinking I haven't seen a go to pits board, I haven't seen a checkered flag or anything, so I still believe that the race is going on as we enter onto lap 25. And as we come around here, we see the go to pits board, and at this point I'm thinking it's going to be one long race. So like the other 50 lap races we've done, it's going to be go in, kart swap, and the race will still continue. So Kevin goes into the pits, Razza stays out, and I stay out as well. Well, believe it or not, that actually wasn't the case. As we come into the pits, it's actually a full kart swap for everyone and the race stops. A bit confusing, I've never had this happen before, I've known of it to happen, but this is the first time it's happened to me, and well, others got confused by it as well.
It'd be like a pit stop, as in we come in, change carts, go.
Yeah, so did I. So I was ready to hop out.
Yeah, I was like, right, yeah, Kevin's gone in, I'll be behind Razza and wait, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought Kevin was meant to go in, and then I'll probably go after. But then I looked behind, and like 3-4 people behind you were going in.
So after that really confusing race end, I'm not even too sure where I finished, whether that was in 8th, 7th or 6th. But we get into our second car and get ready for race number 2, where this time I'll be starting in 5th. And the lights go green for race number 2. We get a better start than the first race. We're going to try and go around this outside. There's nowhere for us to go at the moment. James gets past Razza. Jamie gets through me for now, but we are on the inside line for the first hairpin. But unfortunately, because of that yellow flag that was still on during the start, everyone got a bit confused. So Razza pulled off the accelerator for a little bit, which unfortunately blocks my defence for Jamie. So I'm going to try around at the outside and at this back hairpin, as we've got Tom on our right hand side. Then who's also going to try and see his way through as well. Look left, look right, just to make sure no one's going to attack coming into this final corner. And we've got Kevin then leading the race from Hannah, which is going to cause a bit of a train, I can tell you that now, as everyone goes wide into the first couple of corners and coming into the first hairpin, and Jamie's going to go wide, try around the outside of James, but Tom's going to go down my inside. I'm having to use the boost a bit earlier than I want to try and stick side by side with Tom. Luckily we do, and luckily we do manage to defend at that position for now, but now we've unfortunately got a bit of a gap to the train ahead, and I've got a very fast Tom behind me who's ready to attack at any moment. And it's not going to take long at all before we catch right back up to the train. As we come onto lap 4, we're going to get this brief yellow flag. And when I mean brief, as soon as we go through these first couple of corners, it's going to go straight back into green flag racing. Jamie's going to look down the inside of James then, but he's just going to get himself stopped on the apex, which stops my momentum as well. But I'm going to try and go around the outside on top of the bridge through James. Fortunately, not going to get it, go a bit wide into the barrier, and Tom finds his way through. But at the time, Tom actually thought he'd pushed me out wide, so he does let me back past. Now obviously I didn't see anything wrong with it, and I'm not going to say no to it free position, but as we get to the final corner, I'm going to leave the inside on, or the inside open. Tom's going to see it, and he's just going to take advantage completely. Tom really isn't hanging around here. He's definitely one of the fastest people around Nottingham. So yeah, we're finding out why he's quick. And the race is going to settle down for a few laps then until we get to lap 11, where it's all going to start kicking off once again. If we look ahead then, James is going to try on the outside of Razza, creates a gap on the inside for me to go into. I give James a little tap and I do put my hand up in apology, as I thought that was a little cheeky at the time, but we do take 6th place. And if we look ahead again then, Tom and Jamie are going to get past both Hannah and Kevin, and Razza's going to try it as well. She doesn't quite leave the room for Kevin then, so it's going to create a little bounce back effect. While that happens, James actually finds his way around the outside of me, coming into the final corner, and I get pushed from behind and almost span Hannah out as she got a little bit oversteered. But now James is on our inside. We've also got Ryan on the inside as well on the first couple of corners, and unfortunately with the outside of the track being a bit condensated, I've got no grip. But luckily we managed to keep 7th, try and overtake James at the same spot as we did last lap, but this time I'm not going to be successful, and luckily Ryan wasn't alongside enough to take that gap that I did leave on the inside. So after that very hectic lap, we are put back behind James into 7th place. And a couple of laps later, coming through the first couple of corners, as we come up to the first hairpin, James is once again going to leave that inside open for me to take. Make sure I don't tap him this time, get the boost button just before getting up the ramp to solidify 6th place, and this time we finally got him behind us. But now we've got Hannah and Razza in front trying to get through Kevin, who is still in 3rd place. So could a podium actually be on the cards for this race? Then on lap 16, Razza and Hannah are going to go to the defensive line to follow Kevin, and I go around the outside, allowing James on the inside line as we're still side by side coming over the bridge. Use the boost button, then just as soon as James starts pulling away to try and get that extra boost to try and defend him away. Coming up to the back corner though, he's going to get his car down the inside gap. Luckily still side by side then through the next couple of corners, and wait, hold on, wait, what's going on? What's going on?
Purple bandit activated.
Well, that was strange. Anyway, coming up to the final corner. Oh my god, the purple bandit has striked. I'm unfortunately down into 7th. He pushes his way right through me and I cannot do anything about it. The purple suit shenanigans has happened in the race. Now, unfortunately then, we're down into 7th and I've got James behind me, who's also very racy at the minute. So I need to try and get past this purple suit bandit while trying to keep James behind me. And we get to the final lap then, unfortunately I just can't quite catch up to the train ahead, and we've got Carl then who we're about to lap. The rest of the pack ahead gets through him okay. I'm having to dive it down the inside of the first hairpin to get through him. Look on the left then, we've got Ryan on our left hand side who's going to try and take advantage here, but unfortunately for him he just can't quite get past, so he must have got past Carl much better than I did. Coming down to the final couple of corners then, we are starting to slightly catch up as we brush the barrier coming up to the final corner. If we just look ahead then, the purple bandit is going to have a good go at Hannah as he gets through, as even she puts her hand up. And there's the checkered flag then for what I thought I'd never see again, another race at Teamsport Nottingham. What a race, what a well ran track this is. But talking about the purple bandit, I don't even think Ryan's happy with him.
Yeah, we can, yeah.
I don't think the purple bandit's making too many friends today. But well done for Tom for winning the event, Kevin coming in 2nd and Hannah coming in 3rd place. I just want to give a huge thanks to the whole of the Teamsport Nottingham staff for being absolutely incredible, far much more improved than last year. And now that we're not banned, there could be more Nottingham videos to come in the future. But thank you very much for watching YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll leave you with a burger review from Kevin himself.
Get a close up on those tips. Get a close up.
They're so. They are so.
I've seen better things in an Asda car park, if I'm honest.
Seagulls eat better at the beach.
They're more consistent and they're shit.